Today we're going to be talking about the pros and the cons of living up here in Summerlin. And as you can see, right behind me, I got a crying rabbit, but he's actually much part of a bigger story here in the theme park of the Willows. As you can see, I'm about to walk you down to a turtle, a family of turtles, by the way, and we're going to be talking about the pros and the cons of Summerlin. We're going to be talking about what communities might be the best. They're not all equal. We're going to be talking about what it costs to live in Summerlin, how to get access to the lifestyle you want in Summerlin, and we're going to be I'm even going to show you a home at the end, about an average price home, about how you could live close to a community like this in Summerlin for about $500,000. And of course, you know, Summerlin seems to be one of the more expensive communities in Las Vegas unless you know where to look. So once again, we're going to be talking about the pros of Summerlin. We're going to be talking about the cons of Summerlin, and we're getting ready to do all that, and we're getting started right now. So we're up here at the Summerlins. I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons, and we're going to be covering a few different things today, such as the trails, the best communities, housing, where to go. And I wanted to start this pros and cons right about here, which is, I got all the way to a trail and I got a locked gate. So Summerlin is a master plan community. It's actually the #1 rated community in all of Las Vegas. And whenever you're choosing about where to live or to come explore in Las Vegas, why I came and brought you to that gate was because on a map, you might think that, you know, Summerlin has these endless trails, but there are some locations just like this where you're thinking you are going to be extending and enjoying that beautiful walk over there, but it has a locked gate. So the other reason I brought you right here is because this is the middle of Summerlin. This is the Willows. And I live over up by the trails. Actually, I live over by Cottonwood. And when you see those, you can go anywhere you want. So when we talk about pros, we talk about cons of Summerlin. One of the absolute pros is that 50% of the land use is recreational, and you can really get out and explore and enjoy Summerlin. And that is an absolute pro. Nobody in Las Vegas has walking trails like the ones I'm actually going to show you one today. We're going to go on a 10-minute walk, and then I'm going to show you a house for 5 minutes. So this video is about 15 minutes about the pros and cons, but the first thing I want you to know is that the main reason people live here is to be on the trails. So if you're coming to look out at Summerlin and you want to get an idea, you need to come walk the trail that you might be living on. Now, like I said, the one where I live at goes both ways, open, no gates, the trails, the arbors, everywhere. But as you go south in Summerlin, down to Summerlin South, the trails get limited. Now, I'm gonna shoot you through this tunnel. We are gonna go on a walk. I'm gonna shoot you out this side. Then I'm gonna take you up. We're gonna be looking at the community center. We're gonna take a look at, so I'm gonna take you where the pool is, the splash pad, the big open park, the parking lot. And I actually had to walk from that parking lot to get back in here. But what you're gonna see is that when you're in Summerlin, you're gonna get full access. And like I said, we're almost out of that tunnel. Stick with me, kids. Here we go. So we're up in Summerlin, we're talking about the pros and the cons. And so the first thing I spoke to you about were the trails. Look how beautiful this is. Summerlin has the best trails, hands down, of anyone. And this one actually has a little bit of a theme park. That was that turtle I showed you earlier. So what's cool about this one is it gives you the story of the tortoise and the hare. You can bring your kids down here. They can check out this park, and they can walk down. And this is a little hidden thing. You have to remember the parking lot is like, the parking I think is maybe half a mile from here. And so you have to walk in. There's no other way to find this secret park in Summerlin unless I just showed it to you or you walk in. There's no parking this way. So remember that gate? That's a con. So pros and cons of Summerlin. So the next thing I want to talk to you about real quickly is a lot of people talk about the HOA fee and the cost of housing. So yes, Summerlin is the #1 master plan community, has the most amount of walking trails, very beautiful. Everybody pays $50 to be here. Everybody. Every house on this side and every house on that side is going to pay that $50. Now on top of that, there might be another fee if you are in a gated community or another association or a townhome. So just to give you an example, if you live in the Ridges, which is the most expensive neighborhood up here, you are gonna pay the $50 HOA fee. You're gonna pay their HOA fee to be in the gates. And if you're in a townhome, you pay their HOA fee and you're at $875. But what I have found typically is that in most of the HOAs in Summerlin, you're roughly gonna spend condo, town, whatever, somewhere between like $150 to $200. So you have to know that you are gonna have an HOA fee. You also have to know, and I'm gonna take you into this home. This home is gonna be right around $500,000. I wanted to give a basic home. Yes, I know homes up here in Summerlin are like, you know, $1 million and up, but a lot of these homes like right here in the Willows are affordable, and sometimes you can find them at the base price of like an FHA loan, which I think is $367 today, $367,000, and your payments, even with the HOA fee, come out roughly to $2,200. So if you're thinking about buying a home in Summerlin, kind of at the bottom, I would estimate your payments would be right around $2,200. For a house around $500,000, little plus what I'm about to show you, you're looking at about $3,500 plus. And of course, as you go up to $1 million, it just gets more and more. So anyways, back to the pros and cons of living in Summerlin. So once again, you want to find the walking trail or the community that you want to be in. I typically find that the more open communities are up to the north, and as you go south, you get more limited on the access. Like I said, I'm taking you over to this community center now, which has the splash pad and the pool. Some even have tennis courts, and all this is included for that $50. So check out this playground. Now, one of the reasons why I want to show you this playground is because Summerlin is super, super family friendly. And like I said, it's one of the #1 master plan communities here in Las Vegas. So I'm gonna take you over here. I'm gonna show you this playground. We're gonna turn the corner. You're gonna see a big field, and we're gonna go up to the community center that's gonna have a splash pad, basketball, everything. So one of the pros, definitely the pros about Summerlin is it is family orientated, and you can always go for a walk and find something to do. So now as we keep walking over to this community center, we're gonna go past this huge ball field, and it's expansive up here. And you're gonna find that almost every community in Summerlin has a field to play in and next to the park. This one happens to have a community center. Now, one of the only cons about this that I don't like in Summerlin is that there's only one public library. So the reason I bring that up is because that library does so many cool free events. I mean, they have like kids time, storybook reading, all kinds of stuff. Now check this out. Now we're up here on this side. You can see how expansive this ball field is gonna be in that playing field. And it is absolutely spectacular. But the thing that you're gonna notice is that Summerlin only has that one public library, and you're gonna say, oh, Bill, but that's not a big deal. But have you been to the Summerlin library? That library is phenomenal. Like I said, they've got kids time, they got free events, they give you little craft kits for your kid. And so Summerlin offers so much, you know, it's really like a blessing to live here. Like I said, it's the #1 master plan community. Now, one of the other things that is either a pro or a con, you know, is you notice all these homes up here are frame stucco tile roof, and almost every association has regulations, so you can't change anything. You can't just come in and buy a home and then want to just change the color or change the scheme or build a casita. That's just not going to happen. The other thing you're going to notice up in Summerlin is that you don't really have large lot sizes. So as I walk past these homes that are up here on this overlooking, look at this view they have. Such a great view, huh? This could be your home. You guys should go online and check out my website, LasVegasRealEstate.org. And if you're thinking about living here in Summerlin, I'll pull up homes actually right on the greenbelt for you. I'll pull them up on the golf course for you. I'll pull them up wherever you want them. But look at this. I'm just enjoying this right now. I'm enjoying this walk today. So once again, we're talking about the pros and cons of Summerlin. And one of the other pros is going to be this community center that I'm walking you to. I can see the splash pads on already. You can't see it, but I can. Almost every village has its own community center. And I really love that about Summerlin, is that if you have a family, you have kids, this is a very, very active community. And like mentioned, these walking trails, notice right here, you can walk out that gate or from your home over here with this tremendous view into the lush greenery and beautiful landscaping and walk to that community center that also overlooks this amazing expansive park right here in Summerlin. Summerlin has value. I don't know anywhere else you can go in America right now and live where you are going to find the value that you're going to find in Summerlin. When people talk about the pros and cons of Summerlin, hey, I'm okay with spending a little extra money so that my community looks awesome. I'm okay having framed stucco tile roof and not painting my house pink or blue. You know, I can live with that. I don't need, I mean, I'll buy the house the way I want to buy the house right up front and not add the casita later. So if that's important to you, you know, you want to find the house that has that casita. So once again, we're talking about the community center. Here is the community center park and splash pad. And real quickly, you can see how amazing that is. I mean, where else are you going to find this? This is amazing. Huh? That's Summerlin right there. So once again, I'm getting ready to take you into a home. I'm going to show you what $500,000 gets you. I wanted to end here so you could see the overall value that you're going to get in Summerlin and in the community. So if you yourself, are you thinking about moving to Summerlin? Would you like to live in Summerlin? Would you like to go on a tour and see if the pros outweigh the cons for you? So once again, I'm getting ready to walk down. I'm gonna open up this house for you. I'm gonna show you an average home, not $1 million home. I have $1 million homes on another video. So stick with me, we're gonna walk into that house right now. So as I promised you, I'm going to take you into a home here in Summerlin as we're talking about the pros and cons. And a couple things I just want you to notice as we start to talk about homes in Summerlin is that you're right, is that, you know, homes in Summerlin are maybe a little bit more expensive than Henderson or Las Vegas. This home behind me is a little bit over $500,000. Homes start in Summerlin for what you really, you know, and that's where people say is like, where does it begin? Honestly, it starts at about $500,000 and up. This is a single story home, you know, 2-car garage, your typical house. I'm gonna walk you in the door and take you on a quick tour of what you get. This is a little over 2,000 square feet. So stick with me. Like I said, we're gonna walk inside and start exploring. One of the nice things is that this house here is vacant, so it gives you a really good idea of what you get for the money. Now notice we're talking about a little over 2,000 square feet, and once again, it is gonna get really hard to find a home with a pool for under $500,000 in Summerlin. Everybody's always saying, I want a house with a pool, I want this, but look at this. Do you see this lot size? Now this is a rarity. You hardly ever find this. And that's why this home here is on the market at $550,000, is because of the extra lot size. I love what they did here. Remember that park I just showed you? That's the park I just showed you. Remember the Willows? So when you talk about the pros and cons of Summerlin, the pros is that you can find really cool things. You can find those on my website. Like I mentioned before, our website is LasVegasRealEstate.org. You can do a search of the homes. You could try to find large lot sizes, homes on the golf course. You know, whatever you want to find is there. You can reach out to my team. You know, you can reach out to James. You can reach out to William Dawson or Xander, and we'll be more than happy to help you. I got to show you this yard once again, because what a rare find this is. Man, you hardly ever see a home in this price range next to the park with a lot this beautiful. And once again, like I said, you're probably gonna, you know, you got to plan to spend about $500,000 up in Summerlin, where other areas of Las Vegas, you could probably start at $400 or $450, but you just get so much more in Summerlin that you might as well take a shot at it. So we're gonna walk into this house. I'm gonna show you the rest of the floor plan. Once again, this was this wide open living area. We're talking about roughly 2,000 square feet. You can see there's a kitchen here with stainless steel appliances that opens up into this living area. So you're actually, you know, you're able to cook and work and do whatever, and you can still see everything that's going on from within the house. And of course, a slide through back again to that yard out to the other section. So like I mentioned before, we're talking about, you know, Summerlin, the pros and cons. And obviously one thing you're gonna notice is typically the lots are not like that. The lot sizes are smaller. Most of the homes in general have a really nice master bedroom, and that's where people, they kind of get what I call sucked in, because they always build the homes here to appease to the adults. But you might typically find, and you have to look for it, is what are the sizes for the children? Typically 9 by 10, 10 by 10. I'm only talking about this price range. Obviously, when you go up to the Ridges or Red Rock or the $1 million home communities, that's gonna be different. And once again, a walk-in closet. And do you need a walk-in closet? Walk-in closets are great. You know, walk-in closets are such a bonus, because look how much space is in this one. This one's big. So we're gonna walk back out. This one has a separate tub and shower, which is amazing and great, and definitely something that, you know, people enjoy depending on what their lifestyle and preference is. Once again, we're walking back out from that master bedroom, and as we come across, once again, like I'm gonna show you these other two bedrooms, and what you're gonna notice is that this one here, is there even a light in here? Let's see. I mean, they can be kind of small, so you just have to be prepared. You have to kind of make sure when you're looking at homes that you really start to look at it from the perspective of one of your children or somebody who's coming to visit. Once again, I'm only talking about the homes that are in this, you know, $500,000 price range, where homes begin in Summerlin, but you really do get a great home for the money. You know, typically, like I said, you're always gonna see this style of, you know, frame stucco, you know, tile roof style homes. Once again, walking back out here to this open living area. And, you know, so once again, you know, if you yourself are looking in Summerlin, if you're looking to come out here and explore, go look at homes to see what you can get for the money, go on our website, LasVegasRealEstate.org. Reach out to James Meadows, William Dawson, or Xander Shaw, and you know, give us a call. Ask us any questions that you want. Like, subscribe to our site, and I will see you on the next tour.